Alrighty, my name is Ace Clump. I'm currently high masters. I've been floating between masters and GM all split this time. And I'm a blaster main, so I'll be doing the VOD review for you here. First thing to note is looking at team comps. This is a pretty good comp to run Evie into. The big things you have to worry about are Makoa Hook and the BK. It's mostly a skill matchup between you and the BK. So we'll just skip ahead past this. I assume you don't actually go for retrieve. Alright, so this is your loadout. I'm assuming you're running with Wormhole. Honestly, I run a lot of these same cards except for Impact. I usually run Teleport instead just to have that extra distance. Or the teleport distance, I don't remember what the card's called. This is probably fine realistically. I run Swift Witch 3, Cantrip 1, so very similar stuff. I really like it. So I imagine this will work pretty well. Yeah, as you put it here, he's okay against you. It's more of a skill matchup than I would say a soft counter, but he can do very well against it. Really depends on the skill of both parties. So ordinarily going Jack like this probably wouldn't be a good idea because they would have one tank stack over here, but since this isn't like a higher level game, you have tank stacking both in mid. So you going and taking this 1v1 is perfectly fine. Actually, it's probably the best thing to do. And you're going over with Satire, this is the person you want to be fighting right now. Hit a good shot, hit another good shot. Good poke. So right now you got teleport off. So the first thing I noticed when I was watching this through the first time is you teleport straight up like that. I would say it'd be probably better off if you were to back further off of the statue towards your own base and teleport at a lighter angle. That way you'll be closer to where the tire's retreating to, and it'll make it easier to hit that shot. But because you teleport like this, you end up being really far away and it's a harder shot to hit. So you go in here, you have to teleport, you have to teleport down because you used it already and you forget that. You kind of panic, you could have soared there. In fact, what I would have done instead of what you did end up doing is I would have teleported up, taken a shot, flew over and tried to hit the final shot, and if I missed it, teleport back. Getting that kill isn't as valuable as staying alive. If she got away after that, then that's just a shame and you'd have to just look for another target. It ends up, I believe, your team wins. Oh no, your team gets wiped here, but you have 50 on cap, which is nice. You tell your team to wait and group up. That's smart. Your Ceres completely ignores that. That's fine, whatever. Something else here. What I like to do is, so you line up your teleport here. Something I like to do instead is I would take a shot at the BK first, teleport in like you're going to here, take another shot and then teleport back. So you get one shot off instead of the two that I would have. It's just a way to optimize it, especially since you had a full clip. Clean up the Evie, or Tyra, that was fine. So something else I noticed when you're doing here, you spend a lot of time messing with this Fernando when he's not actually an issue. He's not on point. He's kind of wasting time. He's not going to be healing up much. Your team will deal with it fine. So right now as Evie, since you have so much mobility and so much dismounting potential, you should probably just ignore this Fernando. He's not doing anything. He's not a threat to anyone, but you use all of your cooldowns to try and kill him. Like you could have been helping with the Makoa instead, but it's fine. It ended up working out okay. Just something I would have done different. You coming up here is good. You can teleport over the wall. Poke around him. You got aerial advantage. I'm guessing that was a misclick. Pretty minor stuff. Alright, so you got a little greedy there. You always have to be conscious of your wormhole. You ran out of wormhole there. So if that BK was in a better spot, you'd get punished for that. Even you'd be in without Soar and Blink, and BK would just clean you up. Pretty minor, but something to be concerned about. Yeah, I laughed the first time I saw that. I don't blame you doing that. The Ying's not paying attention. It's fine. That was minor. So that was good. A little bit of a late reaction there. So you saw that the BK threw the Grumpy out. In your head, you should be going, okay, I don't have Blink right now. I'm already at a serious disadvantage, and you should leave. You had a good reaction after that, and as far as staying alive, you coming out here actually hurt your chances for survival. Since you knew he was there, instead of coming all the way out here, you need to stop when you get out of the door and hide around that corner. It makes it very hard for the BK to just straight peek you. And that's a pretty easy kill for him. So that was the 2 mistakes made there. It was a good shot by the BK in your defense. So you got Kronos? No, morale boost. So I don't like the morale pick boost on Evie. She builds her ult fast enough as it is, and you're not ulting a lot anyways. I prefer probably blast shields in this situation. Just a lot of blasts on their team. Maybe Kronos, but not a fan of the morale. Honestly, master rating is very good on all flanks. So you poking here is fine. You see Fernando. Okay, you're gonna go for her. Just a missed shot. Alright, so yeah, this is something else we're gonna talk about. So you just instinctually went back to your teleport, which you would have been better off just soaring out of there. It's hard to keep track of, but you teleported back into their enemy line when you're trying to retreat. So that would have kept you alive there. Otherwise, you were doing fine. You probably pushed up a little too much anyways. Okay, I like that ult, even though the thing seems dead, since you got to walk up on her. Good consciousness on the wormhole. Bummer. Your team got wiped. Oh well, all in all, well played from you. So I haven't watched any further past this, so I'm new from here on. Again, you go right. So, okay, I do like that you were waiting there a little bit. You see the Fernando? So, okay, yeah, this is good. If you'd have ult, that'd be nice here, but it's a whatever. I don't like that you're rotating back to your backline. Your Evie, you shouldn't be back here. So now it's going to be hard for you to dive onto their backline. You were much better off in their backline or sitting at Jag like that and poking. It ended up being fine because their tanks are absolutely clueless. But just a note. So I'm assuming you're going to go in and finish this BK? Yep, that was good. Now, if he wasn't reloading there, I would say that you probably should have teleported back because he actually still wins that fight despite you. Maybe not. I don't know. That's hard to say. I think you were out of the ice block. Yeah, you were dead. That's fine. You probably shouldn't have. Yeah, no, you just got ulted. That's nothing you can do about that. So you guys should cap here. Yeah. Pretty standard Ying loadout. So you know that Victor's already here. You should actually, this might work out really well for you. I would say you probably want to be going to the other side of the map and poking from a different angle. And again, I really recommend against these straight up blinks. They make it hard to hit your next shot. Yeah, you're out of. Yeah, you're gonna die here. You ran out of cooldown. Nice shots. You should have teleported back after that since you ran out of cooldown. It ended up being fine because no one was there to punish you. You waiting here is good. I don't like that random ice block there. She didn't have grenade up, so there wasn't a lot of damage. Again, you're trying to deal with this stupid thing, and she doesn't teleport back. Oh, that's funny. So yeah, the biggest thing I've noticed just from watching this is you will tunnel vision a little bit too much and get to getting a kill. And you'll sometimes, like, run out of your wormhole. I mean, Evie's only effective when she has her cooldowns up, so you have to be safe when you don't have cooldowns. You have to be in when you do. So again, you're going to go right. The only thing I'll say about this is you need to... Okay, yeah, you wait even longer this time. This is great. Yeah, and you teleport back, that's fine. Just good poke. Now, ulting this Fernando would be a good thing in my opinion. Okay, doesn't matter. He did ulted randomly. So you're all the way back here. This is probably fine. You're a bit of a risky spot. Doesn't look like they're chasing you. I didn't like that ult. So the reason I know you had to touch there, but I'd much rather you touch and teleport back than ult like that. The ult locks you into an animation. You can't be safe. And your team was already dead. All in all, you losing that point fight wasn't your fault. Even though I'm commenting on that. I'm just telling you what would have given your team a better chance to getting back. That's just comeback mechanic being a bitch. Good blink and soar. The only thing I'll comment is you're really pushed in here. Yeah, okay, so you see the issue. You're really pushed in there as far as where you took off your blink point. So it'll make it easier for someone to like if that BK placed down a bunch of bombs where you TP'd at, you would be dead right now. When you kill him in a 1v1, that's just well played. Run away from him. Wasting time. Don't teleport back. Perfect. Honestly, okay, so you know their team is down. What I would be doing right now is instead of coming back here to fuck with them, I would be dismounting and being a complete nuisance back here. Ooh, nice midair. Okay, you're engaging with your soar. I don't like that. It's going to be fine because the BK didn't hit his shots, but... Okay, and you should not be shooting the BK, or the Makoa, even though you didn't dismount him, because you have to stay safe here. But this harassment's fantastic. Like, you're wasting so much of their time. So you don't blink back. I would just say stay safe here and poke. Okay, so yeah. Perfect. I'm liking it. You might die. Okay. It ended up being fine. I like it. Perfect. Yeah, you just get to, like, I think you're getting into the action too much and you're just not playing smart. Like, you get excited after a triple and you'll go in. If you would have just waited, you would have killed the BK too. Oh, well, you're playing pretty well. But that's the things I've noticed. So I much prefer you TPing from here more than when you were TPing mid. Okay, so like dropping there, I don't see the advantage of that. And yeah, you engage on the BK with Sorgan. You poking from where you were at was just fine. It makes it so the Yin can't be where she was at. And you soaring in on that BK just has no point to it. So yeah, they're going to get this push now. Your team has nothing on this. It's not worth using ults for, and yeah. Okay, I don't know why your Sarah salted. Well, it worked. Okay. You should get this kill. Okay, yeah. And you're gonna finish this up. That's fine. Yeah, that was fine. Yeah, the only thing I would comment on is I wouldn't have started your TPing from that middle area. And then the other thing is you didn't need to soar over to try and kill the BK. You poking at like the Tyra and the Ying is good enough. If you would have stayed there and maybe got a pick earlier, you could have gotten away with that without having to use any ults at all. And go and have an advantage into this next fight. But that's okay. So you go too deep. Alright. This is already... Okay, you get out fine, which is fine. But you can't underestimate the power of your mount. So I would say stay on your mount longer and look if they're coming first before you dismount and go in like that. So in the time that you've had to stay safe and stuff like that, you've already lost your Inara. Where you could have rotated and got a pick somewhere else. And your team is going to stagger a whole bunch. Honestly, I don't mind that sword except for you're revealed. It just kind of sucks. You're going to be the one who has to get touch here, so you can't die here. Alright, so that was very risky. You went in, and he had hook. If he hits that hook, you're dead. So, I mean, you waiting there with your TP would have been much better. I would go down and ult. Yeah, I would have ulted that. I guess it's fine. You'll clean it up anyways. Okay, I'm wrong. I'll take I was wrong. I don't mind you coming up here and dismounting like this. I assume you might even spawn camp Ying. Okay, I like this. Oh, I really like this. That was well played. You might die, but even if you do, you've won the fight because of it. No, you might not win the fight. Well, this is where it gets tough. Damn! That's not your fault. Your team just lost behind you, which is really unfortunate. They won without a Yang. Jeez, I know how they call. That sucks. So you need to have TP'd back, but instead you're going to go in and you're out of cooldowns. This BK could kill you. He won't, but could have been punished for that. You might still get punished for that. You do get punished for that. So, I don't like ulting after Soar like that. It ended up working out fine, but if there was more peel for your the backline like that, you wouldn't even be able to follow up necessarily. Like if the Ying ulted, it'd be very hard for you to kill things. So in general, if you're going to ult someone, make sure you still have Soar up, just in case something goes wrong, and you have more blink time also. So again, you drop out of the window, and now you're down here, and you're gonna die for it. You'd be much better off just blinking from the window instead of dropping out of it. And it's real, like, you gained minuscule amount of distance because of that. You're probably taking a bit too much poke. No, you're doing fine. Died to a poppy bomb. That sucks. Don't know what to tell you about that one. You probably shouldn't get too greedy for this. You have team up and you're up in numbers. Okay, so yeah, this is fine. You probably actually didn't need a poppy yet. You could get another shot, or not poppy. Fuck, I'm an idiot. You didn't need to teleport out yet. You still had 1 more second and you could have shot the Ying. God, I hope you don't lose this. You've been playing fantastic all game. So you... So you should be able to... Okay. You're going to start the 1v1 on the BK. Okay, I like how you soared away from him and kept distance so he couldn't be that good. And you still have blink up for this. Okay, you need to be out. Nope, you stayed too long. After he gets the first stick, you can't fight it anymore. This is why you keep losing these. That is not a very hard shot to hit on BK at all. You just... Yeah. Now, they're at 72%. You type regroup. First off, you shouldn't be typing here at all. You have to hope that your team knows what they're doing. Second of all, you guys are barely going to have time to touch probably. And you're going to probably end this game without your ult used. So, that was a huge mistake that you didn't ult at any time in that last fight. And since that's the most important fight, we can watch that again. So the first thing I didn't like about this fight is, you know that Fernando is over here alone. My guess is that Makoa's mid. If you would have gone left, you would have had a free opening to their backline. Now, if you wanted to stay here, because you know that Fernando's alone, you could use your ult on him right now. And he is an instant pick. Either one of two things will happen. He'll ult, which his ult is huge, and if he uses it, then that's good for your team. It also means that once he ults, you can ignore him. You can just leave, and your team should clean it up, or he'll just... More than likely, your team would clean it up, and you can leave him alone. He can't chase you or anything. And you've used your ult. It's been effective ult, and it's fine. Okay, with that Ying shatter there, you knew the Ying was there. So also, if Fernando was locked down like that, you could attack the Ying freely and force maybe a teleport out of her. Even though Fernando ults up, maybe she'd be out of it or something. So you use your cooldowns to get out of the fight safely, which is fine. Now, as far as this fight with the BK, I'm not going to comment on any missed shots or anything. I like that teleport. I like this right here. And if you didn't get greedy for this and you teleport right now, right before that second stick he hits you, you'd be fine. He's 1 HP. You live to fight another day. And you can maybe get the pick that your team so desperately needs. Now, moving on to the final part, your team doesn't even get a touch. Since you're Evie, you should be thinking about that. I believe at 85%, you can touch at any time, and it will trigger overtime. So right now, you can shoot once at the BK, and you can touch or something like that. Another thing I see is BK and Makoa are looking at your team here. Ying and Fernando are on point. Actually, I think that might be BK too. Okay, no, I'm an idiot. Okay, so BK and Makoa are looking at your team here. That means Ying and Tyra and Fernando are all on point alone. You can ult the point, and all of those targets suddenly become easy kill. Now, I think Fernando probably still has ult at this point. I'm not doing it very good ult tracking, which would be a bummer, but at least you would have gotten touch and you would have forced out the Fernando ult. Truth be told, at this point, you've probably already lost this fight. And I don't know what to tell you other than that. But I would say that's one of the big things that you lost. So, the biggest thing I see about your gameplay is you'll get greedy. If you're not being greedy, you're actually very generally good about your cooldown management. It's when you get greedy for a kill and you take a huge risk for really an unnecessary reason. Most of the times when you die, it's not make it or break it. Like, if you didn't kill that BK there, you're not down that much. I think that'll do it. I think that's the biggest thing. Just don't be so greedy for kills. Other than that, you played pretty well. Hit some good shots. Yeah. Good enough.